Hello science students, this video is on rotation and revolution. This is your next flipped classroom video, so make sure that you have your Cornell notes in front of you as you go through the slides. Remember that you can pause wherever you would like. Alright, first thing talks about the movement of the earth, rotation. When you think of rotation, kind of think of a ballerina, how she spins. Rotation means to spin. Earth rotates on its axis, and it rotates on its imaginary line that runs through the earth from the North Pole to the South Pole. We call that the axis. Earth also completes one full rotation or one spin every 24 hours. The earth also rotates counterclockwise. So thinking about how the clock goes, it goes from right to left. Counterclockwise means the opposite direction, so left to right. So one complete rotation equals 24 hours or 1 day. This is how it looks when it rotates. Remember that it's rotating on its axis. Alright, days and nights. This is the question I want you to think about. What causes day and night on Earth? The answer is day and night are caused by the Earth's rotation, or that spin, on its axis. When half of the earth is facing the sun, it's daytime because we're receiving energy and sunlight from the sun. When the other half is facing away from the sun, it's considered to be night. Look at the diagram below and see how that appears. You see one half of the earth is facing the sun, that is daytime. The other half is not, it is dark, which means it's nighttime. Alright, question. Which hemisphere, which means the half of the earth, is experiencing daytime here? Is it side A or hemisphere B? If you answered A, you would be correct. Hemisphere A is experiencing day because it is facing the sun. This is where we live. Yay. We live in the Western Hemisphere. When the Western Hemisphere experiences daytime, the Eastern Hemisphere experiences nighttime, so it's the opposite. If you have a friend in China, do not call him when you are at school. Why? Because he will be sleeping. You don't want to disturb your friend. Alright, now it's your turn to rotate. Kind of get you all up and moving. So quietly stand up and push your chair in. Stand behind your chair. We're going to demonstrate what you should do. Alright, so after you do that, you're going to stand with both feet inside of one square. So you're going to stand in one spot in your home. And lift your left arm up to represent the Earth's axis. This is my left hand. This is the imaginary line that runs through the Earth from the North Pole to the what? The South Pole. Alright, so basically what I want you to do is kind of tilt a little bit, because we're tilted 23.5 degrees. And what we're going to do is just turn around in place. Just like this. I just made one rotation. Now, does the earth rotate like this? It does not. You stand in one spot and you spin on your axis. One more time. Let's try it together. You ready? Here we go. You did it. Very good. Let's try another thing. Alright, after you have done that, I'm going to see if you can... Oh, sorry. Can you think of other things that rotate? Remember, rotation means to spin. If you like to dance, you know that dancers or ballet dancers, they spin. See how she's spinning on one toe? That's her axis. That's her center of mass. This one over here is a basketball player. He is rotating the basketball. Can you think of anything else that rotates? Write it down. Alright, revolution of the earth. Revolution means to go around something. We use this before. We talk about planets. So a synonym for revolution is orbit. We're talking about its path. Revolution is the same thing as orbit. The earth revolves or goes around the sun counterclockwise. Remember that example I gave you about the clock? It goes the opposite way that the clock goes. It takes the earth 365 days, which means 1 year, to make one complete revolution around the sun. All right, let's see if you can see the difference. We have rotation. You're spinning on its axis in one spot. Revolution, you're going around the sun. All right, one complete revolution is the same as 365 days or 12 months, which is the same thing as 1 year. Let's talk about the seasons. Question is, what causes the seasons on Earth? The answer is, Earth's seasons are caused by, this is one reason, Earth's tilted axis, and the next thing is Earth's revolution around the sun. When the northern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun, we're experiencing summer. When the northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, we have winter. Look at the diagram below as it explains what I just said. Alright, so we live in the northern hemisphere. This is the hemisphere above the equator. Equator is basically the line, the imaginary line that splits the hemispheres in half. It splits the northern hemisphere from the southern hemisphere. Okay? First question, what season are we experiencing in position A? Look at position A on the left-hand side. This Earth is tilted toward the sun. So we're tilted toward the sun, we should be experiencing summer. All right, next question is, what season are we experiencing in position B? This way, we're not tilting towards it. It's actually equal. This is fall. All right, next one is, what season are we experiencing in position C? Are we tilted from the sun or away? Well, towards the sun or away? We actually are tilted away from the sun. So this is winter here. In position D, we are experiencing spring. Alright, so now it's your turn to revolve. This is what I want you to do. You're going to stand up once again. You're going to push your chair in or just stand up where you are. Stand behind your chair if you have a chair in front of you. And place an object on the floor in front of you, like a pencil or a book or anything that you can find. Alright, we're going to walk around the object. We're going to basically do the same motion as the Earth does around the sun. Same thing as the moon does around the Earth. Watch me. So this is my object. I'm going to place it right in front of me. Okay? So instead of rotating, spinning it in one place, I'm going to rotate around this object. I just made one revolution. Now we're going to try something a little bit more complicated. It may seem a little crazy, but hey, this is science. This is what we do. So we're going to try to rotate and revolve. Remember I said if I rotate, you're going to stand in one spot. You're going to lean to the side a little bit because we're tilted 23.5 degrees. Kind of tilt a little bit. And we're going to spin and revolve. You ready? Let's go. I'm one to everything, but don't do what I'm doing. And we're back in our positions. Now, you may be a little dizzy. I'm feeling a little bit dizzy. That is really, really complicated. I know. But guess what? The Earth does this every day, all year long. How do you think the Earth feels? Alright, let's try this. Another way to remember revolution and rotation. Sorry, this is a quick review. Earth is constantly rotating and revolving. That's its movement. That's what it does. Earth's rotation is on its axis causes our days and night. Please remember that rotation means to spin. So think about that ballerina or that basketball spinning in place. Earth's tilt and revolution around the sun causes our season. Please remember that revolution means to go around something. Alright, so it takes Earth about 24 hours or a day to make one complete rotation on its axis. Remember, the axis is the imaginary line that goes through the Earth from the North Pole to the South Pole. It also takes Earth 365 days or 1 year to make a complete revolution around the sun. For those who like to sing, we're going to try to sing a song together. Are you all familiar with the song The Farmer and the Nail? The farmer in the dell, you know. So we're going to basically say these words in that same tune. Okay, so kind of look at the words for a minute. Kind of get the jingle in your head. Farmer in the dell. All right, let's try it together. Rotation means to spin. Rotation means to spin. This is the kind of the call.
Day and night. Rotation means to spin. Come on, Miss Turner, you got to get it together. Second verse.
All right.
If you face the sun, it's day. If you face the sun, it's day. If you face the sun, you see sun rays. If you face the sun, it's day.
If you face away, it's night. If you face away, it's night. If you face away, you don't see rays. If you face away, it's night. Revolve means go around. Revolve means go around. This is the call of a four-season. Revolve means goes around. Tilting towards the sun feels hot. Tilting towards the sun feels hot. This is the time of a summer fun. Tilting towards the sun feels hot. Tilting from the sun feels cold. Tilting from the sun feels cold. This is the time of winter fun. Tilting from the sun feels cold. That was fun. You can try it again on your own. All right. Please remember to go back if you need to. If you missed any of your notes, go back and look at the part that you missed and write it down. See you soon.